South African Tourism Acting CEO Themba Khumalo saying despite the public uproar, they believe in their investment in the Tottenham Hotspur sponsorship deal and will proceed with making it happen. Well, South Africans on social media have expressed mixed views about the deal. Let's unpack this. And to do that, we're joined by SABC News social media specialist, Mr. Sthembiso Sithole. We'd call him Jobe here at home. How are you doing?
I'm well, Naledi. How are you?
Good, good. What do you make of the tone? I think, firstly, let's start with the tone that we heard from that press briefing by the acting CEO of SA Tourism yesterday, and so certainly what social media had to say about it as well.
Well, Naledi, you could hear during the press conference that you're talking to someone who's actually seemed like to know his story, defending what he believes, whether it's right or not. But this time around, you can tell there that he was well prepared to really engage with the media. As we reflect on the tone and some of those notable quotes, you'll recall that, of course, one of the key things that he said there was that, of course, as the tourism department, their mandate, as you can see on the screen, that our legislative mandate is about persuading international travelers to spend their money in the country. So there you can tell, basically simply saying, I can hear all the noise, but at this point in time, let me remind you of our mandate as the tourism department.
Right, right. And what social media had to say about all of this?
Well, they had a lot to say, and let's go back to another one that sparked a lot of people really engaging
another quote,
on that. Another quote in between. Basically simply saying the money that is invested in tourism is not the same money for energy, potholes, or there are other departments that are really responsible for that. And of course, that in between, you'll then realize later on as we go to another tweets in terms of what they think of that. Then again, of course, some I refer to him as someone who's arrogant, but there's another quote that he actually mentioned. They say somebody maliciously leaked these confidential documents in between, simply saying they did that. Of course, they had their own intentions in between.
Yeah, and that's what he was talking about as well, whether or not where the process was. And he said, well, we still were getting to the development phase and we hadn't actually shared this plan with a lot of our stakeholders. Okay, let's see what South Africans have had to say.
Definitely. You'll know, Naledi, that we are load shared. There's a lot of issue of water, pit toilets and all of that. And a lot of social media, the sentiment there is that the timing of this deal is something, as you can see, South African tourism is out of touch, but this is the government that was voted by the people. And basically people seem saying at this point in time, there's a lot that is taking place in the country, and here you are forging ahead with this deal. As we reflect on another tweet there, the question would be, what could be the possible benefits of this? There's another country that has actually went to the similar route, and others predicting that we'll be seeing the Tottenham Spurs jersey visit South Africa very soon. So those are the sentiments as we reflect on another one. Others simply saying they're sending the message, of incompetence that, of course, looking into the service delivery, Naledi.
Were there some tweets, and this is what's interesting, is that there's mixed reactions. Were there tweets that were for the deal?
Definitely, Naledi, as we said that in your intro, is mixed views. And there are those who strongly believe that actually this deal should continue and go ahead. As we reflect on that on our screen in terms of what they think. As you can see there, unpopular opinion, but South African tourism's role has got nothing to do with fixing Eskom potholes, etc. There you can tell that, of course, that's the sentiment in between. As we go through reflecting on another tweet on our screen in terms of what they think of that, then you can tell they say, we can say what we can say, but let's not forget the budget that is there is not for the potholes.
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting conversation, and more tweets that have come in saying this is one of the smartest moves in the history of South African sponsorship or investments ever made. It's about time South Africa expand its investments, and I'm here for it. SA Tourism going international. The return on investments are going to be lekker. Thanks for that, Tswari, sending in a tweet. Yeah.
Definitely, Naledi, and as we all know, of course, there are reports that are taking place currently, of course, unconfirmed, but they're indicating the allegations that the interim CFO has ties with this agency. And as you can see on another tweet, there's another tweet there saying the tourism guy referring to Khumalo that is very clear and delivering on his mandate, not on what people think or feel of him.
Yeah, it's going to be an ongoing discussion. I'm also really very keen to hear what South Africans are having to say. Both sides of the argument, we want to hear it, right? Is that 1 billion rand sponsorship or close to 1 billion rand of Tottenham Hotspurs a good investment for the country, or is it just not right at the time? At the agenda _SABC. Thank you so much to our social media specialist, Sthembiso Jobe, and we call him Jobe here at home.